Welcome back. Dan, Keith, and Shireen Campbell are still with us, and they have more devices and health technology to show us. Thanks for sticking around, you guys, to show us this cool technology. So before we jump back into looking at some of the devices, can you talk a little bit about any words of caution or advice, tips you'd give to people that are considering using these technologies?
You know, the main thing I would say is that, you know, we go to several shows a year and look at a lot of this stuff, and there's just so much of it out there that isn't that great. And so you just kind of want to be careful about what you're buying. It does take a little bit of research.
Okay.
The other thing is to not use them as some sort of diagnostic tool or something like that.
Makes good sense. Let's just get right into looking at more devices, because I know you have a lot to show us. So what else do we have to see today?
Well, one of these first ones is called the Relief Band. We don't actually have the band with us because we have somebody who happens to be going through some medical procedures trialing this to see how it does affect different individuals. So even we like to put it out there in different circumstances to see. But this is called the Relief Band. It's to help with nausea. It's supposed to be after post-operative pain, motion sickness, pregnancy-related, morning sickness, any of that. And it straps onto your wrist, and it gives a pulsation in your median nerve that actually triggers your brain to tell your stomach that you don't need to be nauseated right now. So there's a really cool video that you can actually go and look at, see how the process works. And this is one of those where you'd want to look and see, okay, do I want to purchase this? It's a little bit spendier. I think it's about $175 for one of these. But if you're dealing with medications or have issues with nausea, definitely something that would be very valuable.
And available online, or?
Yes,
okay.
You can get that one online. That's for a consumer purchase. This is kind of a fun little gizmo for kids or people who don't like shots. It's actually a little buzzer you place right on the individual, and it's a distraction technique. So if your child needs to get immunizations or shots or frequent blood draws, or if you have someone with diabetes for the first time and you want to distract from all the finger pokes, this will distract them. So that's kind of a fun little device. This is called TileMate. You can see it's a tracker for your keys, but what we like about it is, let's say you have a child with asthma and they bring their inhaler to school with them. If you can attach something like this, so if they have an emergency at home or at school or at a friend's house and they're panicked, they can't breathe, and you need to find that inhaler, you can add it to things such as that.
Wow, that is a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, and for that, you need a cell phone. You know, you need a smartphone.
Yeah, you do need the app with that.
And how much is something like that, Ren?
$20 to $30 for one. It lasts a year. You don't have to recharge the battery or worry about replacing anything. So you just would have to kind of set a reminder to make sure and buy one every year if you have it for something like that.
And now for people that want to use it for another use, I mean, it's made to, you throw it in your laptop bag, you throw it in your suitcase, wherever, on your purse, on your child, whatever, and you can locate those things if they get lost. So.
This is kind of a neat one. We brought last time a device called Quell that you actually put on the back of your knee. This is for women who actually struggle with menstrual cramps. So if you have somebody who has a lot of pain, this is something that's very discreet. You can put it on the clip of your pants. These attach on your abdomen, and they actually provide relief from menstrual cramps using that kind of TENS unit technology. So that's kind of another neat one. This we really like. This is called the iKeep. Hang on to that. It's a safe that can actually be placed in a wall, in a drawer. You can expand the sides here, so if you need to put it between studs. It does have a physical key to open it, but then it's also got the lock pad. What's really neat about this is you can actually have an app on your phone that will alarm you if somebody's tried to move it, has gotten into it when they shouldn't. So if you have someone that's helping take care of an elderly patient at home, and maybe they get confused, they think they need to take their meds again, you can get an alert on your phone that somebody's trying to access it again, and then you can call or get a hold of them and say, hey, what's going on? No, don't take your medications again, or whatever you need to do with that. One thing is, though, you wouldn't want to put anything life-saving in here.
Sure.
But you could store other important documents, whatnot. There is 4 AA batteries that go with this, so that does need to be changed. But again, you do have the physical key that you can hide.
How much
with
is
that
something
one.
like this run?
That one is about $150,
Okay.
and again, you can buy online with that. Oh, and it does alarm as well. So if you actually move it, it will alarm. So somebody who might be tampering with, you know,
Sure.
if you have narcotics or something at
That's
home with a surgery,
exactly
it would start screaming and not stop until somebody put in the code.
Excellent
So,
piece of technology.
yeah, yeah. One of the other ones that we really like that you could actually use kind of along with this is the Ring technology, or having some sort of camera where, let's say, you know, something like that were to go off and you're remote, you could actually kind of peek in and say, hey, you know, Ma, what are you doing with your medications? Or, you know, nobody's at home, why is that thing being moved? And see if somebody's in there. This is also good for, just having it at your front door, having that technology to be able to turn it on, or even back door. I think you've got it.
I've got one, and actually, this is, you know, you'll see Shaquille O'Neal. He's one of the advertising folks on TV, and this is the Ring. This is the doorbell, so you can see who's at your front door.
Okay.
But then I've got one on my back porch where I right now could look and see my back porch, and it'll alarm me when there's motion, so when I'm not home. And not only that, I can actually, it has a speaker, so I can not only see, but I can talk to whoever's there.
And this is just a standalone system. I mean, this doesn't have to be hardwired into your house.
No hardwiring.
This just gets put up and it's ready to go.
Yep.
Connect to your smartphone.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
How much does something like this cost?
These are about $100, and I
For the
think
simple one, yeah.
the simple
Up
one, and then the
to-
camera that, for example, that I've got in the back of my house is about $180. But again, no wires.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. If you're the type of person where you find these sorts of technologies fascinating but a little too intimidating, we have some items to show you that are probably more your speed. And even those of you who are pretty tech savvy will still appreciate how useful these are. We'll take our break and be back in a couple minutes. Don't go away.